This is a story about international microfinance. Development Workshop DW has successfully piloted a sustainable economic tool called KixiCrédito to assist the economically active poor to rise out of the poverty trap with hope for a better future. KixiCrédito now serves more than 13,000 clients in the provinces of Luanda and Huambo in Angola. More than 60% of those clients are women, heads of households, who have to find a way to provide for the daily needs of their families. KixiCrédito, using international best practice principles of microfinance adapted to Angola's post-conflict informal economy, is showing success. KixiCrédito gives amounts of $50 to $150 without any collateral to help establish and grow small businesses in the informal economy of Angola for those who have no access to bank credit. To date, KixiCrédito has made loans valued at more than $12 million in U.S. funds to micro-entrepreneurs mainly engaged in the marketing of items such as baked goods, fish, and charcoal to survive. With guidance from KixiCrédito, they have formed solidarity groups to co-guarantee each other's loans. Aside from credit, KixiCrédito is involved with other divisions of DW in providing greater services to clients, including access to other financial services. DW went to the Grameen Bank in Bangladesh to learn from Muhammad Yunus's pioneering work of solidarity lending to the poor. KixiCrédito is now part of a world network that invests directly in the businesses of the poor. Microfinance is an effective tool for poverty reduction, using solidarity group lending ideas in Angola's post-war environment. It is a key strategy in rebuilding social capital as well as livelihoods in post-conflict communities. This is Alan Kane, Canadian Consul to Angola and Director of DW Development Workshop, helping the average person on the ground face the world economically with hope for the future.
Well, Development Workshop has been involved here in Angola for more than 25 years now. We were the first NGO to set up a program here in Angola, and in fact we've been here through most of the years of the Civil War. During that time there was a massive movement, migration of populations towards the cities, and particularly to Luanda. Today, 5 years after the end of the war, millions, well, probably 2 or 3 million people who have moved to the city during the Civil War, trying to live, survive, as you said, through the informal markets, through survival strategies that they used during the war, and now in the post-war period, looking at ways of developing the country, and this is building on people's creativity and innovation.
What I see on the ground, looking at Angola and the work of DW with fresh eyes, my thoughts about helping people who have lived in poverty most of their lives, who have recently emerged from war, should be filtered through your experience.
Só tenho duas palavras. Uma delas tem de ser parabéns.
I'm very proud as a Canadian seeing your work, advancing the program with so little and accomplishing so much.
One of the programs that is key to this is our microfinance program, which invests in micro enterprises, small businesses, to transform them out of subsistence, survival modes into really productive enterprises that can grow and contribute to real development in this country, a grassroots development that grows out of people's own innovation. We try to follow that philosophy of supporting people's creativity and certainly encouraging communities to work together on solving their own problems.
So I'm currently working for the Angola Social Action Fund. That is a project financed by the World Bank, and the project works specifically for the poorest communities in Angola, in financing social infrastructures in the sectors of health, education and water. Lots of people are in need of infrastructures or social services, but even those who receive, there's always groups that are being excluded. Alan Kane has been a very important person in my life because when I arrived in Angola in 1993, he invited me to be part of the W team. For me, I had like a special interest in women. And Alan took the bet with me that we could do something with women.
KixiCrédito. Oi feta vo deskizena. Mama kutio kasio ku feta mas, ocho opitina kopizena antes.
I've noticed in Angola, women are the backbone of the country. They work very hard, they have the children, and carry the children with them wherever they go.
Yes, I mean, not only women represent the majority of the population, they are also in charge of the survival of the family, and most of the time they do it alone, even though they may have a spouse inside their households.
You met with Alan Kane in the early days, planning ways to help the women survive and to assist the general population. Everything was destroyed, businesses destroyed, and people starving. A bottle of water here costs $1, and some people don't even make $1 a day.
Back then, our main objective was to do something that could be visible. For example, if you see what DW is doing around water, it's like one of the examples to see that in some peri-urban areas, DW was very successful in bringing together water committees for people to get better services.
And DW deals with establishing basic services: food, shelter, water, education.
The lady here, she was saying that we were advised that after washing, we should remove the water because our village is being affected by the cholera.
We're talking about all those things, and we're also talking about microfinance.
Nunca da quatro vitangi. No que chica si uma tisa chalva mama echi da fediga conte da pisha quatro la chimu.
We are here before the lady known by Melina Chipuku. She has been working with the DW about 4 years ago, and when she started working with the DW, she had no enough conditions for herself to survive. But right now she's doing well because she managed to build her house, to buy some equipment for her house. She even paying the fees for his son, for his daughters, and she even managed to buy a truck which they are trying now to make business. And also she bought 2 motorbicycles. And she is saying that I never had problems since the time I've started working with DW.
No one had really heard about microcredit in Angola. And for that effect, I went to Bangladesh, and I got the opportunity to be trained by Mohammed Yunus. We knew that women were working a lot, that they were in charge of the household, but we also found out that they were using informal solidarity mechanisms.
KixiCrédito is my focus. I'm trying to present the microfinance story in Angola.
Yes, I'm aware of the work, and I'm very pleased that the work still continues because I was the mentor of that work.
I'm very concerned environmentally. Agenda 21, which you've brought up, which is a great concern of all nations and should be, and some of the issues that we have to deal with here in terms of what petroleum is doing to the waters around Angola, one of the environmental concerns. Large corporations, which I know Angola depends on, but nevertheless, there's also the environment and the health of the people. How do you respond to that?
Well, environment is a general concern. How do you bring it down to the people's agenda, especially in a country where the majority don't know how many meals they will be able to afford?
Rolly Villanueva.